Hello guys, hope you're doing good. So in today's video, we're doing a review of this Pioneer knife. So it's a knife I designed and I collaborated with Shany of Shade Indonesia to get it built. So as you can see, it's a pretty big chopper. Has an overall length of 16.5 inches. The blade length is around 10.5 inches. The thickness is around 1/4 inch. The steel used is L6 steel. So L6 steel is a high carbon steel with an addition of nickel. And nickel adds toughness to that steel. Specifically, it helps with the cold temperature embrittlement. So it's a good steel to have if you're going to work outside in the winter. So the knife has this very pronounced wedge here with a pretty pointy tip, so that's nice. Has a saber grind with secondary V edge. A very nice finger trail so you can choke up even if you have gloves. Has some jimping up here for better control. The handle is made out of micarta with some red liners and some very nice texturing for a solid grip. At the bottom of the pommel you have this recessed lanyard hole you can use to put your paracord lanyard. So definitely that knife feels very good in the hand. So let's go test it out. Alright, so let's see how sharp it is outside the box. That's super sharp. Alright, so let's see how it does cutting paracord. Breeze, no problem. We got some other cordage here, some pretty dense line here. Plastic line here. Let's try that. No problem. And some thicker rope. Let's try that. Slice it through easily. Alright, so let's take it outside for some more serious testing. So we started with some batoning. So as you can see, it really does a good job at splitting these pieces of wood. This was a pretty hard one with some knots. I moved on to this piece of maple and it went through easily. So it's a pretty big knife. It can definitely chop like a little hatchet. You can split these pieces of wood pretty efficiently. And the saber grinder really works well to split wood. Moved on to use the knife for smaller tasks. So because of its finger choil, you can really shift the balance in front, and this really helps to control the knife when you're doing more fine tasks like preparing feather sticks or carving, etc. You don't have all the weight of the knife forward. Since you move forward, the balance point is shifted. So definitely works well to prepare feather sticks, but it's also a good knife if you need to prepare notches, for example, you're preparing a trap, or maybe making some tent pegs. It's going to work out great for that. So since this knife has a pretty fine point, I decided to do some tip testing. I used this pretty seasoned piece of plywood and really torqued the tip of the blade in there to see if it would snap off or bend, but it remained straight with absolutely no damage. I mentioned previously, L6 steel has the benefit of being a very tough steel, especially in cold conditions. So it was a pretty cold day today, around -20, and there was a lot of snow, so we went out for this snowshoe hike. On the way, there was a bunch of branches, even some fallen trees we needed to cut, but the knife performed very well, even on this severely frozen wood. As you can see, you can definitely get some pretty big chunks of wood with every chop. It really is an excellent chopper. Even though it's a pretty big knife overall, measuring at more than 16 inches with a more than 10-inch blade, it's still pretty manageable because the 1/4 inch stock. It's still a nimble blade. It's quite easy to carry, but definitely packs a big punch. So overall, I'm super happy with this knife. It performs very well. It's a good all-around knife. Definitely a great chopper, great for batoning, splitting, and all that. Even works pretty good for smaller tasks. So if you're looking for a nice camp knife, I think this is definitely a good option. So Shany of Shade Indonesia makes these knives by hand. So if you're interested, you can contact him. So I'll leave his contact information in the description section of this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.